Hey guys, Greg from Motorsports Innovations, just doing a little video on wideband O2 or air fuel sensors. I'm a big fan of the O2s. I think they're one of the most powerful, most informative sensors we have. There's a tendency to say engine RPM and driveshaft RPM are the most important channels in a data system, and well, that's probably true. The O2 is really right there. It's so informative and tell you many aspects of the health of your motor. So we got the Racepak stuff here. I've got a couple of different kits to look at. The first one is the single channel kit, and that's what most guys buy. So this is the controller for the single channel kit, and every system out there, whether it's the Daytona or any of them out there, have a controller and a sensor as separate parts. And the Racepak one uses the Bosch O2 sensor, which are replaceable. They're only 85 bucks. And then moving over here to the 4-channel kit, usually you would see two of them, of course, in a 8-channel O2 setup in a comp eliminator car or pro stock or something like that. A question does come up a lot, is do I need two or is one good enough? Many times one is good enough. I like to see one with a sensor in a primary tube rather than a collector, although they do work in the collectors, and having two is better than one, and there are two schools of thought. The collectors are nice with giving you an average, but the best readings do come in a primary. And then a couple other things I got on my checklist here. I've got on the cardboard box like they do in Roadkill. It's the same physical unit that you use for any fuel, so gas or methanol or E85. And they give you different readings. Gasoline typically 12.7 to 13.1 is the good zone. Methanol, it's 5.5, maybe even 5.4. Up to 5.7 is typically the good power zone. E85, I don't know those numbers off the top of my head, but they are in the Racepak system, and they'll come up. And you can also read it out in lambda, which is popular with some guys. It's fuel independent. I'm a specific fuel kind of is my favorite way of doing it. And then a couple things in the what to watch out for category. They are RF sensitive. The readings, part of it is the placement. So your O2's sensors, can you imagine on an 8-channel kit how tangled up they are right with the spark plug wires all in that same vicinity. So you will find as a common situation that when you first install it, you're going to have to move some things around to keep away from the plug wires, the coil wire, the distributor itself. They're also voltage sensitive. So they're designed, partially because of that OEM sensor that we're using, that they have to have 13.5 volts or something like that to work right. So a 12-volt system with an alternator is fine, as long as it really, in fact, is making 13.5, which sometimes they don't to a higher RPM. Just had a guy on the phone yesterday, very high-end NHRA super comp guy with a car losing voltage at the end of the run and losing his O2 for the last second. So something to watch out for, and you'll see that right in your data log when that happens. And speaking of that kind of thing, the error codes that Racepak supplies are one of the best reasons to use the Racepak sensors as compared to many other sensor systems out there. And that is, if there's a problem, say low voltage or a bad sensor, or the system's being overwhelmed with RF noise, you will get an error code on your data log as opposed to just plain 0, hey, I can't get any reading kind of thing. So that's a tremendous aid to me, if not to you, in getting things worked out. So that's the overview quick off the top of my head on air fuel and wideband O2s. It's a great tool. Get one if you don't have one now. If you have any other questions, give me a call or email or Facebook message. Good luck racing.